Dobrý den, páni a dámové, vítám vás na dalším streamu. Dneska budeme hrát jednu z mých nejoblíbenějších her of all time. Tím je Stanley Parable. To jsem říkal několikrát při takových těchto streamech, že budeme hrát jednu z mých nejoblíbenějších her of all time, jako třeba u Stardew Valley a u Undertaleu. Musím říct, Stardew Valley a Undertale jsou jakoby moje nejoblíbenější hry, které jsem kdy hrál, takže u nich si myslím, že mám u nich právo říkat, že jsou to jedny z mých nejoblíbenějších, ale Stanley Parable mám taky jakoby hodně rád, baví mě to, má to za mě skvělý smysl pro humor a prostě mě to baví ta hra, takže asi půjdeme rovnou do toho. Ahoj, Pando, Červená a Mangy Bear, vítejte oba dva na streamu. Tak a jdeme hnedka do toho. Tak a jenom ještě chci říct, v této hře máte hodně možností na to jakoby, jako v rozhodnutí, co třeba jako budete dělat. Takže prostě já vás budu nechávat, abyste třeba volili nějaké možnosti, co budu dělat a tak. Takže jaký je tvoje Roblox jméno? Shit, já jsem si tě zapomněl přidat ze včerejška, já se omlouvám. HP2 LOL official. Okay, dáme angličtinu. Have you played Stanley Parable before? Ano. Please adjust the slider. Ok, teďka to já nějak nevidím. Přidám si tě po tomhle streamu. Až tento stream skončí, tak mě spamuj do chatu, že si tě mám přidat. Ať na to nezapomněl, prosím. Ok, takže dáme čas. A je... Ne. Tak. Ok, to je samozřejmý. Tak a jsme tady. Takže dáme begin game. The end is never the end is never the end.
This is the story of a man named Stanley.
No way.
Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons.
No way, lore.
Orders came to him.
Počkat lidi. Taková šílená teorie na začátek, jo? Myslíte si, že pokud tento člověk se jmenuje Stanley, tak že to je důvod, proč se to jmenuje The Stanley Parable? Myslíte si to? Guys? Hele, nevím. Asi nebude to pravda, ale uvidíme. Toto hru poznám, no je to velmi dobrá hra.
Him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job.
Wow.
Stanley was happy. And then one day, something very peculiar happened.
Fakt.
Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never...
Já se podívám, jestli nejsou nějaký český titulky pro ty vás méně vzdatný to v angličtině. Asi není. No.
quite forget.
Tak.
He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow.
Aha,
No
tak to
one
je
had showed
zajímavý.
up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened. This complete...
Tuto hru je tam i čeština, fakt. Myslím, že není. Je tam polština, to je asi nejlepší, co můžu dát. To byl asi jenom mod, ne? Nevím.
isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
Tak můžeme finally to hrát.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
No shit, Sherlock.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
OK, lidi, vy mě budete říkat, co mám dělat, protože jakoby znám velkou část těch endingů, tak chci, abyste trošku tohle ovládali vy, jako co budu dělat. Počkat, lidi, musím vám něco ukázat. Podívejte, to je to číslo z toho známého seriálu. Ještě oni to vlastně... Ježiš, oni to vlastně odstranili. A proč by to odstranili? Vždyť čeština je tak krásný jazyk.
When Stanley came to a set of two open doors, he entered the door on his left.
OK, guys, kam půjdem? Počkám, až mě se vypne ten delay na streamu doleva nebo doprava. Čeká se jenom na vás, lidi. Já nevím, do prdele. OK. Tak půjdem doleva. Levá, přesně tak, protože levá je lepší. Já jsem levák, takže levá je lepší samozřejmě.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
No way. Tady je broom closet, lidi.
Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned around and got back on track.
Nebo co?
There was nothing here. No choice to make, no path to follow.
Okay.
Just an empty broom closet.
Můj attention
No
spam to
reason,
nevydrží.
just coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
OK, půjdu k šéfovi. Máš bad ending. Co je postelový ending? Ten ending neznám. To be rich, is it a crime? To commit crimes, isn't it rich? What a life would it be to have to pick just one? OK. Tady něco je, ne? Never mind.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark secret was being held
Můj
from
šéf
him?
neexistuje.
What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him.
Já jsem
And so the
myslel
boss
zlý
had
ending,
assigned
já to
an
pochopil, to byl
extra
joke.
secret pin number 2845.
Okay, zadáme to tam.
But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this. Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck. Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
Wow. To je crazy, co když tam nepůjdu? No, nemám na výběr. Tady něco je, tady jsem myslím nikdy nebyl, ok.
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long.
Tak jdeme.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Fuck no, jdeme escape.
Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley would meet his violent death.
Čiže... Never mind. Jdeme do Mind Control Facility.
But of course, Stanley thought better of it and realized he simply had too much to live for.
Tak, a už se nemůžeme vrátit.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
Mám sílu to zjistit, rozhodně. Protože já jsem on a on jsem já.
Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
427. Tamhle. To je naše kancelář. OMG. Tak. Jdeme do výtahu.
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly?
Jdeme do výtahu.
No, he refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never. It was unthinkable, wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world? But here was the proof, the heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions, happy or sad or content. Walking, eating, working, all of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
Nepočúvaj ho. Příště ho nebudeme poslouchat. Okay. Tak. Guys, to mě strašně připomíná konec epizody 7 digitálního cirkusu, na který udělám rozbor. Bacha na to, jo. Udělám rozbor na epizodu 8 a reakci. A já budu jako Jax. Já dám on.
Oh, Stanley, you didn't just activate the controls, did you? After they kept you enslaved all these years, you go and you try to take control of the machine for yourself. Is that what you wanted? Control?
Oh, shit.
Oh, Stanley, I applaud your effort, I really do. But you need to understand, there's only so much that machine can do.
To je strašně digitální cirkus.
Turn the controls off and leave. If you want to throw my story off track, you're going to have to do much better than that. I'm afraid you don't have nearly the power you think you do. For example, and I believe you'll find this pertinent, Stanley suddenly realized he had just initiated the network's emergency detonation system. In the event that this machine is activated without proper DNA identification, nuclear detonators are set to explode, eliminating the entire complex. How long until detonation then? Let's say 2 minutes.
Oh, hell no.
Now this is making things a little more fun, isn't it, Stanley? It's your time to shine. You are the star.
Tady jsem byl párkrát a nikdy nevím, co dělat.
Shape it to your heart's desires. Oh, this is much better than what I had in mind. What a shame we have so little time left to enjoy it. Mere moments until the bomb goes off. But what precious moments each one of them is. More time to talk about you, about me, where we're going, what all this means. I barely know where to start.
Drž hubu, já jsem teďka loginutej.
You'd like to know where your co-workers are? A moment of solace before you're obliterated. All right, I'm in a good mood. You're gonna die anyway. I'll tell you exactly what happened to them. I erased them. I turned off the machine. I set you free. Of course, that was merely in this instance of the story. Sometimes when I tell it, I simply let you sit there in your office forever, pushing buttons endlessly and then dying alone.
Oh, to je actually hodně dark.
I let the office sink into the ground, swallowing everyone inside, or I let it burn to a crisp. I have to say this, though, this version of events has been rather amusing. Watching you try to make sense of everything and take back the control wrested away from you.
Kámo, on je actually insane.
To see it go. But I'm sure whatever I come up with on the next go around will be even better. My goodness,
Což myslíš, že se stane v epizodě 8? Já myslím, že Jax abstrahuje.
You know what? To hell.
Ne, ty ne, to bylo na narratora, on tady japuje. Myslím, že já actually vůbec nevím, co se stane v epizodě 8, protože já nevím, ono je to o tom strašně malé. Ale myslím, že Jax neabstrahuje, to by bylo moc klišé. Už jsem říkal minulý týden. Myslím, že se stane něco jiného.
Running from button to button, screen to screen, clicking on every little thing in this room. These numbered buttons, no, these colored ones. Or maybe this big red button, or this door. Everything, anything, something here will save me.
Ještě, že tak, no.
Stanley, that this video game can be beaten? Won? Solved? Do you have any idea what your purpose in this place is? Stanley, you're in for quite a disappointment. But here's a spoiler for you. That timer isn't a catalyst to keep the action moving along. It's just seconds ticking away to your death. You're only still playing instead of watching a cutscene because I want to watch you for every moment that you're powerless. To see you made humble. This is not a challenge. It's a tragedy. You wanted to control this world, that's fine. But I'm going to destroy it first, so you can't. Take a look at the clock, Stanley. That's 30 seconds you have left to struggle. 30 seconds until a big boom and then nothing.
Big boom boom.
Just you being blown to pieces. Will you cling desperately to your frail life, or will you let it go peacefully? Another choice. Make it count, or don't. It's all the same to me, all a part of the journey.
Je rozhodně nějaká možnost se
I will be laughing at every second of your inevitable life
ale
from the moment we fade in until the moment I say
happily ever after. Tak a to je první ending, guys. To bylo velice cool. OK, tentokrát to napravíme. Tentokrát ho nebudeme poslouchat. Ten rozpravač je neutrální podle toho, co posloucháš a co neposloucháš, jo. Tak.
When Stanley came to a set of two open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Tak, teďka půjdeme doprava.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Jasná páka.
Yes, truly a room worth admiring.
To je ale krása.
It had really been worth the detour after all, just to spend a few moments here in this immaculate, beautifully constructed room. Stanley simply stood here, drinking it all in.
Ano, já to piju, lidi.
But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Hell no.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Dík, no.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself. Now, I'm not asking for me, I'm asking for her.
Kdo je ona?
This is it, Stanley. Your chance to redeem yourself. To put your work aside. To let her back into your life. She's been waiting.
Kdo je ona?
That's her, Stanley. You need to be the one to do this. To reach out to her. If you can truly place your faith in another, then pick up the phone.
Let me out.
Oh, Stanley, is that you? Hold on, sweetie. Sorry to keep you waiting. I'm just pulling the bread out of the oven. All right. Okay, there we go. All right, now, I want you to come in and tell me all about your day.
What the fuck?
Gotcha. Oh, come on. Did you actually think you had a loving wife?
Ne, protože to už mám irl.
To you. I'm trying to make a point here, Stanley. I'm trying to get you to see something. Come inside. Let me show you what's really going on here.
Fuck you.
Sorry, but you're in my story now.
Aha. Okay.
This is a very sad story about the death of a man named Stanley.
To už nezmášnuté. Fine.
Stanley is quite a boring fellow. He has a job that demands nothing of him, and every button that he pushes is a reminder of the inconsequential nature of his existence. Look at him there, pushing buttons, doing exactly what he's told to do. Now he's pushing a button. Now he's eating lunch. Now he's going home.
Počkej, myslím, že podle toho, co píšem, tak to řekne nám větu.
Except that he's chosen this life.
Já si to budu psát, protože mě to zajímá. Takže bylo V-I-T, takže zmáším T.
But in his mind, in his mind he can go on fantastic adventures. From behind his desk, Stanley dreamed of wild expeditions into the unknown. Fantastic discoveries of new lands. It was wonderful. And each day that he returned to work was a reminder that none of it would ever happen to him.
Ten rozpravěč je hajzl. Honestly, jo a ne. Já ho trošku vidím jako Kejna. Ok, takže G. Nemám G, jo.
And so he began to fantasize about his own job. First, he imagined that one day while at work, he stepped up from his desk to realize that all of his co-workers, his boss, everyone in the building had suddenly vanished off the face of the earth. The thought excited him terribly.
Aha. Spend time with the boys, okay.
So, he went further. He imagined that he came to two open doors and that he could go through either. At last, choice. It barely even mattered what lay behind each door. The mere thought that his decisions would mean something was almost too wonderful to behold.
Zase G? Okay,
As he wandered through this fantasy world, he began to fill it with many possible paths and destinations. Down one path lay an enormous round room with monitors and mind controls. And down another was a yellow line that weaved in many directions. And down another was a game with a baby. And he called it the Stanley Parable.
Takže v tomhle jsem se stal game developerem.
It was such a wonderful fantasy, and so in his head he relived it again, and then again, and again, over and over, wishing beyond hope that it would never end, that he might always feel this free. Surely there's an answer down some new path, mustn't there be? Perhaps if he played just one more time.
On je actually jako já. Tell your wife that you love her.
But there is no answer. How could there possibly be? In reality, all he's doing is pushing the same buttons he always has. Nothing has changed. The longer he spends here, the more invested he gets, the more he forgets which life is the real one. And I'm trying to tell him this. That in this
Okay,
world
to
he
není
can
věta.
never be anything but an observer. That as long as he remains here, he's slowly killing
Mám radši Kanea nebo Ragatu, 100% Kanea, moje nejoblíbenější postava v celém Digital Circus.
himself. But he won't listen to me. He won't stop. Here, watch this. Stanley, the next time the screen asks you to push a button, do not do it. You see? Can he just not hear me? How can I tell him in a way that he'll understand that every second he remains here, he's electing to kill himself? How can I get him to see what I see? How can I make him look at himself? I suppose I can't, not in the way I want him to. But I don't make the rules. I simply play to my intended purpose, the same as Stanley. We're not so
Já ho nenávidím. Unsubscribe mě teď hned, ne. Double joke.
different, I suppose. I'll try once more to convey all this to him. I'm compelled to. I must. Perhaps, well, maybe this time he'll see. Maybe this time. And I tried again.
Please
Stanley
die.
pushed a button. And I tried again.
What?
And Stanley pushed a button. And I tried.
Oh. A to je konec. Tak,
All of his co-workers were gone.
jdeme to
What could it
zkusit
mean?
znovu, co?
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Wait, what? New content?
Oh, new content? What does that mean, new content?
Bych taky rád chtěl vědět.
Hello, and thank you for playing the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe.
Jo, lidi, pozor, já mám
As
Stanley
you may
Parable
know, the Stanley
Ultra
Parable was a
Deluxe.
video game released in 2013 on home computers.
Wow.
After receiving critical and commercial success, it was expanded upon in 2022 with the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe,
Whoa.
a reimagining of the
Wow.
game for consoles and home computers.
No way. Já to
The
teď
Stanley
hraju.
Parable Ultra Deluxe features exciting new content that broadens and expands the world of the Stanley Parable, delighting audiences the world over.
Wow.
Please step inside and see what thrilling new adventures await in the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe.
Už se těším, že
well,
si mi
this
klepou
sounds
nohy.
delightful. I'm very excited to see the thrilling new ultra deluxe content.
Jdeme.
Okay, so far it's an elevator. Nothing special yet, but I'm sure it's just the beginning of a mesmerizing adventure.
Hele, já jsem hrál Doors a miluju výtahy. Okay.
Is it broken?
Jo, to je na schvál.
What's going on here? Should we be moving somewhere or oh, there we go. All right, finally, at long last, it's on to the
Yay.
new content. I've never been more ready. Let's do it. I have to say, initial impressions of Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, mostly tedious. It's as if the...
Okay.
Oh, okay. Let's see the
Finally.
content. Give me the content, Stanley.
Já to nemám, bro. Klid. Jump circle.
Alright.
Let's go.
All right, let's see. It's the jump circle.
OK, takže. Oh hell yeah. Oh hell yeah. Můžeme skákat. Hell yeah. To je banger.
Is that it? Surely that's not all the new content. There has to be something else, right?
Ale jak jsem říkal, já jsem hrál Doors
Another elevator. Stanley, I have to say.
a skákat ve
initial
hře, ve
impressions of
který
this
jste
game
nemohli
are not
skákat, je
positive.
pík.
It's just elevators and jumping. Is this what passes for exciting new content? If this is new content, then I could just read you the whole dictionary. There's 20 hours of new content right there. Hell, I could count to 30 trillion. You could put that on the box.
To byl
The
joke.
Stanley Parable
Jako to, že
Ultra
nemáš
Deluxe,
rád
now
Kejna.
with over 1,000 hours of new content. And oh wait, there's more. Very good. Yes.
Yay.
I knew there had to be something else. Let's see it. I'm ready for whatever it is.
Oh,
That's it? No, you've got to be
jo, to
kidding me.
mlčel,
You see,
okay.
Stanley? This is what happens when greedy video game developers with no respect for their fan base rush a cheap expansion to market for no reason other than to make an easy dollar.
Hele,
And don't
neznám,
get me
kdo by
started on the
tohle
level of
mohl možně
craftsmanship
dělat.
that's gone into it.
Neznám, kdo by takovýhle věci mohl třeba dělat. Steel Brainerd, Grow Garden, každá druhá hra na Roblox.
In fact, I'm looking right now at the game's achievements, and it's hard to believe one of them actually says, "Test achievement, please
Jo, to
ignore."
jsem viděl.
What quality assurance department signed off on this? I'm infuriated and I'm
To jsem viděl,
offended.
to je skvělý.
I intend to find these people on Twitter
Oh,
and
no.
hold them personally accountable. It's my fault, Stanley. I built up too much anticipation around the new content, I'm afraid. It could never have lived up to such expectations. If you're still with me, why don't we just reset the game and we'll try to get back to what the Stanley Parable is really about. No frills, no gimmicks. Just you and me having a great time together like always.
Jako
What do you
vždy,
say?
jako vždycky mít skvělý čas, jo. V jednom endingu jsi mě chtěl vybouchnout a v druhém endingu si mě přenutil, že mám manželku. Ale jdeme na to.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Aha, to, že si dal unsub, aha, sorry.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Tak jdeme
This
sem.
was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Jasně.
Wow. Yes, this room. What a beautiful room. What a gorgeous, gorgeous room. Thank goodness Stanley had taken this detour on his way to the meeting room. Life without having experienced this room was now too horrible even to consider.
Fuj, no.
But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
OK.
And so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite
No.
door, and got back on track.
A jdeme výtahem. Protože tahle hra prostě miluje výtahy. Zřejmě.
But Stanley didn't want to go back to the office. He wanted to wander about and get even further off track.
Yes,
So now
yeah.
in order to get back, he needed to go, from here it's, left.
OK.
Oh, no, it's to the
Are
right, my
you-
mistake. No,
There's
not
Nick.
the right. Why would I have ever said it was to the right? What was I thinking?
Nemám potucha.
It's clearly... Oh dear, would you hold on for a minute, please? Now, let's see, we went down right, left, down, left, right. Yep, okay, yes. I've got it now. This story is absolutely, definitely this way.
OK. A tady je co? Jo.
No. This isn't right at all. You're not supposed to be here yet. This is all a spoiler. Quick,
Spoiler.
Stanley, close your eyes. Okay.
Employee
we just
fired
back
it.
to, who am I kidding? It's all rubbish now. The whole story completely unusable. How about, rather than waste my time trying to salvage this nonsense, we'll just restart the game from the beginning. And this time, suppose we don't wander so far off track, Okay, from the top.
OK.
All of his
Takže
co-workers
jdeme
were
od
gone.
znova.
What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. When
What
Stanley...
the fuck?
Wait, what? No, I restarted. I swear, I definitely restarted the game over, completely fresh. Everything should be... Well, did something change? Stanley, did you change anything when we were back in that room with all the monitors?
Co?
Did
Ne.
you move the story somewhere, or... Hold on.
Ne, já jsem
I'm
nevinně.
asking you. I'm the one who wrote the story.
Ne, asi.
It was right here just a
Dumbass.
minute ago. I know for sure that it's here somewhere. Okay, then. It's an adventure. Come, Stanley.
Okay,
Let's find the
díky,
story.
2 špalíky, jdeme. Tohle je hodně cool. To je část mám rád z tohoto endingu. Jaký je moje nejoblíbenější anime? Já se nedívám na anime, ale pokud bych si měl jako vybrat nějaký jako anime, který mám jakoby prostě rád, tak asi One
I'll say
Piece.
it. This
Mám
is
proto
the
docela
worst
respekt.
adventure I've ever been on. I can promise you there definitely was a story here before.
Ne, tohle je skvělý přece.
Do we need to restart the game again? Well, I find it unlikely that we'll ever progress by starting over and over again.
Jsem
It's gotta be better
anglickou
than this.
klávesnici v pohodě.
Okay, let's give it a shot. Why not? All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
No doors.
Okay, yep, it's worse. I might be remembering this wrong. It's possible the story is back where we just came from. Why don't we go back the other direction and see if we missed anything?
Okay. What the fuck?
I knew we'd miss something. The story. Here it comes. No, wait, never mind. Not the story. Okay, let's head back the other way and retrace our steps.
What the fuck is this? What the fuck, to je krev nebo co?
Now this... Well, I'll be honest, I don't recognize this place at all. Is this the story? I don't think so. I can't quite recall, but I believe my story took place in an office building. Is that correct?
Nah.
Do you remember, Stanley? Do you know what? Since I've completely forgotten what we were supposed to be doing, how about this? You win!
Jopi! Já jsem šikulka.
You put in a lot of hard work and it
Dostanu
really paid
jedničku
off.
do
So,
bakalářů.
good job. Oh no, I don't feel right about this at all. We both know you didn't put in any actual work for that win.
Not at
Some
all.
people win fair and square, and this was not one of those situations.
Jak jako...
Okay, I'm getting weirded out by whatever this place is. I don't care what might happen this time, I have to restart. All right, I've got a solution. This time, to make sure we don't get lost,
To je ta
I've
čára.
employed the help of the Stanley Parable Adventure Line.
No way.
Just follow the line. How simple is that?
Velice simple. Tady si to nepamatuju, ale OK. 4B5 stav.
You see? The line
Okay,
knows
kámo.
where the story is.
Co
It's
jestli máš
over
jít
in
sama?
this direction. Onward, Stanley, to destiny. Though, here's a thought. Wouldn't wherever we end up be our destination, even if there's no story there? Or to put it another way, is the story of no destination still a story?
Ano.
Simply by the act of moving forward, are we implying a journey such that a destination is inevitably conjured into being via the very manifestation of the
Musíme jít za
nature
tou
of
čárou,
life
že jo?
itself? Whoa. Hang on. That got a bit weird back there. Well, I'd like to apologize. Not sure where I was going with all that. You know what? I think what we need right now is a bit of music to lighten the mood.
Jupi. Wow. Wow, to je banger. Cítím se jako pravý hrdina.
Cut the music, go back and look at that fern. Stanley,
OMG.
this fern will be very important later in the story.
Fuck.
Make sure you study it closely and remember it carefully. You won't want to miss anything.
Nikdy jsem si nemyslel, že kapraděna bude důležitá v příběhu. OK, jdeme.
Wait, what? We're back at the office? No. Line, you do know we're looking for the Stanley Parable, right? The story? Oh, no.
Hell
Not
yeah.
again, Line. How could you have done this
Jsme
to us?
back v Mind
After we
Control
trusted you,
Facility.
after everything we've been through, you... Oh, I can't take this anymore. To hell with it. Restart.
On řekl sprostý slovíčko.
You know what, Stanley? I say forget the adventure line. What's it ever done for us? We're intelligent people, right?
Jo.
Why can't we make up our own story? Something exciting, daring, mysterious. Ooh, this all sounds perfectly doable. Why don't we simply start wandering in, well, I don't know. How about this direction?
OK, jdeme.
Now, yes, this is exciting. Just me and Stanley forging a new path, a new story. Well, it could be anything. What do you want our story to be? Go wild. Use your imagination. Whatever it might be, Stanley, I'm ready for it.
Hledáme One Piece.
Oh, no, not you again.
To je on.
Stanley, I'd also
Musíme
like to
jít za
veto the
ním.
line from having any role in our awesome new story. No lines or monitor rooms. Just don't acknowledge it, and we should be fine.
No, musíme jít za Adventure lineou. Tam už nemůžeme.
Ah, a choice.
Oj.
We get to make a decision. From here, the story is in our control. How important we mustn't squander the opportunity. In fact, I believe I need a minute to think here.
Okay.
Just walk in circles for a minute.
Jdeme.
Okay, so I know that each door has to lead somewhere, which means that somewhere, the place where we're trying to go, there must be a reverse door that leads here. And that in turn means that our destination corresponds with the counter-inverted reverse door's origin. So starting from the right, let us ask, will taking the right door lead us to where we're going? And since the answer is clearly yes, then by all accounts, the door on the right is the correct one. Another victory for logic. Come, Stanley, our destiny awaits.
Já půjdu levou. Pust mě levou, zmrde.
Oh, hold up, what's this? The confusion ending. You're telling me that's what this is? It's all one giant ending?
Oh my god.
And we're supposed to restart the game, what, eight times? That's really how all this goes? It's all determined? So now, according to the schedule, I restart again. Then what? Am I just supposed to forget? Well, what if I don't
Ten
want to
neumře
forget?
na konci.
My mind goes blank simply because it's written here on this thing, wall. Well, who consulted me? Why don't I get to decide? Why don't I get a say in all of this? Is it really? No, it can't be. I don't want it to be. I don't want the game to keep restarting. I don't want to forget what's going on. I don't want to be trapped like this. I won't restart the game. I won't do it. I won't do it. I won't do it. And the timer
What the fuck?
stopped.
OK.
Does that mean, did we do it? Did we break the cycle? The, whatever it is that made this schedule? How would we even know? Will someone come for us? Will something happen? So, okay.
Je
I guess
poslední
now
se
we
na
just wait.
židličku.
You know, I suppose in some way that this is a kind of story, wouldn't you agree? I'm not quite sure if we're in the
Jasně.
destination or the journey, though they're always saying that life is about the journey and not the destination. So I hope that's where we are right now. We'll find out, won't we? Eventually. Well, in the meantime, if you...
To bylo zajímavý. Tak.
Stanley
Pokračujeme.
decided to go to the meeting room to check on his co-workers. He never functioned well by himself and
What?
constantly needed support and guidance from others. So the
Dík, no.
thought of total solitude was terrifying to him.
Dík no. Půjdem sem.
New content?
Never
What
mind.
does that mean, new content?
Nechce se mi tam.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, this was
No.
not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. The lounge was sublime,
Wow.
a work of art. What was it about this room that called so deeply and so personally to Stanley? Its grace, its subtle charm? No. Stanley knew it was something deeper, something darker.
No, ne.
But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Fuck no. 4, 5, 6, to je on.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago. Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not.
Ne, jo.
I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but in his eagerness to prove that he is in control of the story and no one gets to tell him what to do, Stanley leapt from the platform and plunged to his death. Good job, Stanley. Everyone thinks you are very powerful.
Wow. Otázka z 10 000 euro, jako tě mám na konci streamu spamovat. Prostě až bude nějak to stream, až bude nějak to 15:50, 15:55, tak prostě piš do chatu něco jako přidej si mě a tak, abych na to nezapomněl. Tak, aby na to můj ADHD mozek nezapomněl, že z toho slíbil. Někdo volá. Někdo volá. Odchaďte. Tady je telefon. Kamo. Ok, jdeme dál. Samý že zatím ještě nic neřekl.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Standing now in this incredible room, Stanley for the first but eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
No.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago. Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here.
Fakt jo.
I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing. What? Really?
Ano.
I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others? Are you that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you?
Yo.
Why, I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful. Look, let me prove it. Let me prove that I'm on your side. Give me a chance. Now listen carefully, this is important. Stanley walked through the red door.
Mně se to nelíbí. Nebo jo, je to nalevo, takže půjdeme tam.
Thank God you are willing to listen to me. Do you see that I really have wanted you to be happy all this time? The problem is all these choices. The two of us always trying to get somewhere that isn't here. Running and running and running, just the way you're doing right now. Don't you see that it's killing us, Stanley? I wanted to stop. We would both be so much happier if we just stopped.
Ty jsi nestal ten, co z dubbing, já jsem právě nevěděl, že existuje.
I think I have a solution.
Ale jako mě to nevadí, já tomu rozumím úplně perfektně.
Here, let me show you. What do we want?
Ok, tohle jsem actually nikdy nedělal, takže...
Here, yes. Oh, it's beautiful, isn't it? If we just stay right here, right in this moment with this place, Stanley, I think I feel happy. I actually feel happy.
Actually, jo, tohle je hezký. Wow. Nevím, co ty světýlka jsou, ale jsou hezký. Další světýlka. Wow. guys, tohle bude zbytek tohoto streamu. Tak prostě zůstaneme, budeme se dívat na tohle. Na tuto krásu. Teďka zelená světilka. Ok, mě už to nebaví.
No, wait. Where are you going? Oh no. Stay away from those stairs. If you hurt yourself, if you die, the game will reset. We'll lose all of this.
Oh.
Please, no, Stanley, let me stay here. Don't take this from me. Please, Stanley, think about what you're doing. No!
A je to.
Oh,
O, já žiju.
thank God.
To ale
You
kulhám.
lived. No. No, no, what are you doing, Stanley? Please, I'm asking you not to take this away from me. I can't go back to what I was before. If you die, we'll both go back. Why are you doing this?
Pokus o sebevraždu numero 2.
Stanley, let's go back to the other room. Can you do that for me? My God. Is this really how much you dislike my game?
Ne.
That you'll throw yourself from this platform over and over to be rid of it? You were literally willing to kill yourself to keep me from being happy. Am I reading the situation correctly?
Kámo, to je actually smutný. Bych se tam měl vrátit.
Or maybe you're just getting a kick out of it. I don't know anymore. Do you actually want to stay alive? Or are you just teasing me?
Já se tam vrátím. Je ho actually líto. Ty vole. Podívejte se na tu
I wanted us
krásu.
to be happy here, Stanley. I really did. I wish I still thought that was possible.
Wow. Dnes actually nechce to dělat, já se bojím, co se stane. Pacifist strany, jo. Dělám pacifist. Zase tohle. OK, já už to nevydržím, můj ADHD mozek to neznese. Tak a je to tady. Tak pokud tohle nás nedodělá, tak už nevím co.
Is it over? It's going to restart, isn't it? I'm going back.
To je tak smutný, kámo. OK, kámo.
Stanley knew the office layout like the back of his hand. It was
Přesně.
only a matter of time before he found the others, wherever they were.
Přesně.
Just a matter of time.
Hele, na těch subtitlech bylo only. Ale on řekl just. Kolik mě zbývá endingu, já ani nevím, já myslím, že Ultra Deluxe má tak 42.
When
Yeah,
Stanley
yeah.
came to a set of
Já ani nepočítám, kolik z nich jsem dostal. Já prostě dělám ty endingy. Ale myslím, že jsem viděl víc než polovičku už teďka.
open doors, he entered the door on his left. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Stanley felt lightheaded, butterflies in his stomach.
Ok, jen musím říct, ten minulý ending, to je hrozný. To je, já už to nebudu znova dělat, protože to je tak depresivní, kámo. To prostě,
Giddy in a way he had never known before. Was it this room? A connection between...
má 4, jako za tento stream jsem udělal 4, ale já jsem, že jo, před tím streamem resetnul si progres, takže já jsem jich měl mnohem víc.
The two?
Protože já už jsem Stanley Parable hrál.
Could a man love a room? I mean, truly, truly, deeply, madly love. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Hell no.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago. Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm
Fuck.
not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about
Jo,
nothing
dobře,
but
už
you.
šubu.
What? Really? I was in the middle of something. Do you have...
Máš Portal 2? Nemám, ale chtěl bych si to někdy zahrát. Chtěl bych si někdy zahrát oboje dvě Portal hry.
Zero consider...
Ale teďka nemám peníze, protože jsem si teďka objednal to. Jsem si objednal nějaký merchoty glitche. A jsem úplně chudej.
For others? Are you that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you?
Ano.
Why, I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful. Look, let me prove it. Let me prove that I'm on your side. Give me a chance. Now listen carefully, this is important. Stanley walked through the red door.
Ne.
Aha, perhaps you misunderstood. Stanley walked through the red door. I still don't think we're
Okay.
communicating properly. Stanley walked through the red door.
Portal 2 je
All right,
multiplayer.
fine, go ahead,
OK, tak to si
Stanley.
kupuju.
You want to know so badly what's out there? You want to find out what lies at the end of this road?
A hora to si kupuju Portal 2, pokud to máš. Hned jak budu mít peníze, kolik to stojí, čekejte, já se musím podívat. Portal 2 cost. A 9,75 USD je kolik? 9,75 USD CZK 208. Korun českých, no to vydělám brzy, budu mít stejně svátek tak za měsíc. Kupuj ten pack i s jedničkou, to je actually chytrý, to bych taky mohl udělat. To stojí kolik? OK, tak to má výprodej. A stojí to 14,62. Jako mohl bych si nadělat dluhy, ale jako ne. Tam máš oboje dokonce zlevněný, no. A teďka to je na sebe ještě. Ale jako mohl bych si to koupit teďka, když jsem na sebe, ale nebudu se dávat do dluhách.
You've chosen well, don't let me stop you.
OK.
You see? There's nothing here.
Wow.
I haven't even finished building this section of the map because
No
you were never
shit,
supposed to be
Sherlock.
here in the first place. Broken rooms, exposed developer textures. Is this what you had wanted? Was it worth
Jo.
ruining the entire story I had written out specifically for you?
Jasně.
Do you not think I put a lot of time into that? Because I did. And in the end it was all for nothing. Because this
Já
is
jsem
what you
vám to
wanted to
neukázal
see.
vlastně, já jsem
Help
kokot.
me here, Stanley. Help elucidate these
omlouvám,
strange
ale-
and unknowable desires.
Tohle je, co se stalo, dostali jsme se do této mapy. No, do téhle části mapy. A protože jsme furt chodili skrz ty modrý dveře.
Eyes of yours. What would have made this game better? What did you want to see? Vehicles? Skill trees? Work with me, you give me
Chtěl bych vidět víc výtahů.
absolutely nothing so far. Tell you what, let me take
A nějaký gambling, protože miluji Balatro.
a stab in the dark at a new design and you can give me some feedback. There we go. A third option. This already feels leaps ahead of where we were before. Go ahead, Stanley. Take it for a spin. Okay,
Wow.
I'm going to stop you there. Now, tell me about your experience with this new version. would you say that the game benefited from allowing you more choices?
Bude tam gameska s mým jménem, já to
Feel
věděl.
free to be honest.
Já
I'm looking
vím,
for some
já vím, co je na konci tohoto endingu, je to asi jeden z mých oblíbených.
real critical feedback here.
1, bylo to na hovno.
One? I mean, I can understand if you had reservations, you saw ways the game could be improved to more fully express itself mechanically and artistically, but a 1? That's not even helpful. What am I supposed to do with that?
Bro, za teba platí máma a co platí daně? Teďka nechápu, co tím chceš říct, promiň.
But I guess it isn't my place to judge. Here, based on the data from your previous playthrough, I've compiled a new version. And to be perfectly candid, I think I've knocked it out of the park with this one. Let's take a look.
Fakt jo. Co je tohle? Leaderboard, no way. Běre se nebudu number 1. Kdo je God O'Neill is offline? Kde jsem já? Aha.
Now, would you say that competitive leaderboard helped you feel motivated to keep walking through doors? Again, honest answers, please.
Ne.
Hey, I nearly forgot. I've got a prototype of a new game I've been working on, and now would be a lovely opportunity to give it some playtesting.
Jo.
You wouldn't mind taking a look at it, would you? Perfect. Let me boot it up. In this game, the baby crawls left towards danger. You click the button to move him back to the right, and if he reaches the fire, you fail. It's a very meaningful game, all about the desperation and tedium of endlessly confronting the demands of family life. I think the art world will really take notice. But of course, the message of the game only becomes clear once you've been playing it for about 4 hours. So why don't you give it 4 hours of play to make sure it's effective? Be sure to keep notes on your experience. You heartless bastard.
Oh.
Did you do it because you hate babies or purely to spite me? Because if it's the latter...
Dělal jsem to, abych ušetřil tuto generaci. Protože... Hele, nechci, aby se z dětí stavilo iPadky, ne. To zní hrozně, to zní jako kdybych udělal masakr dětí, abych vystřelil školu, jen aby nebyly iPadky.
Well, I don't know what to do. I'm completely out of ideas. I can't think of a single thing that might improve the experience for me. I'm not even going to try.
Jak jsem sakra craftí ten šípovej crafting table? Birch dřevo... A nevím, počkat, to vyhledáme. Vyhledáme si to. Fletching table recipe. Jo, 4 birch dřeva ve čtverci a nad to 2 flinty.
I'm out. I'm done. It's over.
On kvitnul.
Thank you for playing. Your input was extremely valuable.
Jo, tvůj ne.
Oh, hey, since my game was so awful, why don't we play someone else's game? Just to ease the pain.
Oh, hell yeah.
Let's see. What do we have here?
Balatro. Gambling.
Yes. This seems like it'll work. Let's give it a shot.
Oh.
Aha! Fascinating. What do you think this game is about, Stanley? What's our backstory? What is our motivation? Well, it seems obvious to me that you are meant to play as a creepy man spying on innocent civilians below you from up high in your creep tower, perhaps for some sort of twisted erotic purpose. Yes, that must be it. What a fascinating venture into the...
On mě porovnal s pedofilem. Okay, quit menu, ne.
experience of total mental depravity. So far, I love everything about this game, Stanley. And it seems there's even more. Come, let's venture outward and see what else is out there.
To byl ten Minecraft door opening sound effect. Já myslím, že tohle je Firewatch. Nikdy jsem to nehrál, ale myslím, že to je ono.
Oh no. No, it can't be.
Co pak se děje?
It is. It's an open world game.
Hell
Good God,
yeah.
quickly block it off.
Ne.
Oh,
Podle mě další, že bys si zadržel, ale tvoje máma nebo platila daně a víš. Když jí začal mutovat hlas. Pořád, jako nemyslí, jako chceš těm jako říct, že jsem mladý a že by mě to koupila máma, nebo co? Omlouvám se, ale jako vůbec nevím.
thank goodness, Stanley. What a close call. You really wandered off into that thing. That big, open, just wandering around. No right or wrong directions. No path to follow. You can just go in any...
Bludimír se teleportoval do Robloxu. Oh, hell no!
Oh, thank heavens we avoided it. We're out of the woods now, Stanley. Okay, I'm going to get us out of here. Let's find another game.
Okay.
Preferably something with walls. Something with nice, big, insurmountable walls. Okay, I think this will be
Sorry za gramatiku, jsem dysgrafik v pohodě.
just the thing.
Oh my god.
Wonderful.
To je ta hra
See,
z
this is exactly
Fortniteu.
what I had in mind. Just a nice big box for you to run around in. There isn't any possibility that you could get lost here. Now this is game design. Stanley, if you manage to get lost in this game, I will be phenomenally impressed.
OK, guys, musíme nějak zabloudit. Potřebuji pomoc, jak to udělat.
Okay, so what exactly do we do here? Let's see. There are lots of cars here in the back, but obviously there's no racetrack. Okay, I'm seeing that there's a ball of some kind back here. Is this game sports ball? Stanley, I think it's sports ball.
Oh,
what
hell yeah.
fun.
Hell yeah.
We shall
Just-
run the bases and do a touchdown together? Yes, I think surely we must. Okay, Stanley, here's the ball. Have fun.
Oh my god. Jakže mám takovou nostalgii pro hry jako Rocket League a Fortnite. Kop.
Are you doing it? Are you winning? Is this fun? Is it better than my miserable little story that I worked so hard on?
Jasně.
Stanley, I have a thought, and I realize I'm not a sportsologist, but if one ball generates a certain amount of raw adrenal pleasure, then surely multiple balls makes for an even more
Přesně
euphoric
tak.
sports experience.
Víc koulí,
I'm going to try
prosím.
it out. Here comes another ball. Yes. Oh goodness, that really does feel amazing, doesn't it? Stanley, I'm like a child in a confectionery shop. I simply have to have more. I'm insatiable. More balls.
Tak. A co je tady?
Hold on. What are you doing?
Jdu za tím míčem, ztratil jsem si míček. Fortnite je sračka, já vím, ale jako mám proto nostalgii, protože mě kamarádi vždycky nutili, abych to hrál. A i když mě to nebavilo, tak prostě mám na to nostalgii. Jsem první, nice.
I can't follow you there. I can't help you. How
Proč
will
ne?
you write a story without me? You can't do it.
Pojď
You know
dolů.
that. Stanley, come back.
Pojď dolů ty srabe, OK. W balls. Ahodo. Tak, co je tohle? Co by tohle jenom mohlo být, lidi? Jak zajímavé. Co to je? Guys, to bude důležitý. Konec.
I wonder what he found. If what he wanted was to be the leading man in his own story, well, perhaps he's gotten it. down in wherever he is right now. I wonder if he's happy with his choice, and if he's learned the heavy cost that comes with it. He'll understand soon what I was trying to tell him. He needs me. Someone who will wrap everything up at the end, to make sense out of the chaos and the fear and the confusion. That's who I am. That is what I mean to this world. Oh, yes. Yes, I'll be back. There's no other way. Once this ends, after it all comes to a close, then I'll be back. The end will be here soon. Very soon. I can wait.
Takže čekáme lidi. Aha, never mind.
Stanley had never seen the office this brightly lit. Was it a sign of something? He hoped it was. He hoped very much that it was.
Aha, dobře. Pojďme zpátky sem.
New content? What does that mean? New content.
Doufám, že to nebude zase jen to Ultra Deluxe, protože jinak to restartujeme.
Hello, and thank you for playing.
Ty vole. Jak dlouho bude ještě stream? Asi tak hodinu ještě. Nevím, ale.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Co je tady?
Oh, new content? What does that mean, new content?
A já nevím, jak dostat ten Stanley Parable 2, tak toho uděláme ještě jednou. Co XP? Co s XP?
Hello, and thank you for playing the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe. As you may know, the Stanley Parable was a video game released in 2013 on home computers. After receiving critical and commercial success, it was expanded upon in 2022 with the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, a reimagining of the game for consoles and home computers.
Co ty XP?
The Stanley
Pořád,
Parable Ultra
pořád jako nevím,
Deluxe
co
features
myslíš.
exciting new content that broadens and expands the world of the Stanley Parable, delighting audiences the world over. Please, step inside and see what thrilling new adventures await in the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe.
Oh, well, this sounds delightful. I'm very excited to see the thrilling new Ultra Deluxe content. Okay, so far it's an elevator. Nothing special yet, but I'm sure it's just the beginning of a mesmerizing adventure.
Jasně.
Is it broken? What's going on here?
BTV lidi, dělám ten Ultra Deluxe ending ještě jednou, protože on je s tím takovej jiný zajímavý ending, no jiný takový chain endingu, který chci já dostat, no chci vám ukázat, takže.
Should we be moving somewhere or, oh, here we go. All right, finally, at long last, it's on to the new content.
A
I've
nepamatuje
never
se, jak to
been more
dostat.
ready. Let's do it. I have to say, initial impressions of Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, mostly tedious. It's as if them... Oh, okay. Let's see the content. Give me the content, Stanley.
Jump circle, ono si to
Alright.
pamatuje, hell yeah.
All right, let's see. It's the jump circle.
Speedrunem to.
Is that it? Surely that's not all the new content. There has to be something else, right? Goodness. Another elevator. Stanley, I have to say, initial impressions of this game are not positive. It's just elevators and jumping. Is this what passes for exciting new content? If this is new content, then I could just read you the whole dictionary. There's 20 hours of new content right there. Hell, I could count to 30 trillion. You could put that on the box. The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe now with over 1,000 hours of new content, and oh wait, there's more. Very good. Yes, I knew there had to be something else.
Just in
Let's
time.
see it. I'm ready for whatever it is.
Thank you for
That's
enjoying
it?
the new
Oh,
content.
you've got to be kidding me. You see, Stanley? This is what happens when greedy video game developers with no respect for their fan base rush a cheap expansion to market for no reason other than to make an easy dollar.
To mě
And don't get me
povídej.
started on the level of craftsmanship that's gone into it. In fact, I'm looking right now at the game's achievements, and it's hard to believe one of them actually says, "Test achievement, please ignore." What quality assurance department signed off on this? I'm infuriated and I'm offended, and I intend to find these people on Twitter and hold them personally accountable. It's my fault, Stanley. I built up too much anticipation around the new content, I'm afraid. It could never have lived up to such expectations. If you're still with me, why don't we just reset the game, and we'll try to get back to what the Stanley Parable is really about. No frills, no gimmicks. Just you and me having a great time together like always. What do you say, friend?
OK. Jo, OK, máme to jinak, myslím.
Psst, Stanley, come over here. In the vent. I want to show you something.
Odpovíte mi někdo,
Okay,
někdo
you
kdo
remember
ví,
how
co jsou ty
cheap and unsatisfying the new
XPčka?
ultra deluxe content turned out to be? Well, it got me thinking
No.
about the past and how much better the Stanley Parable used to be.
Fuck
So
so.
I made something special and tucked it away here where the game's developers won't find it.
Wow.
Just our little secret. Take a look. I call it the Memory Zone.
Memory Zone,
It's where
no
I've been
way.
storing all my favorite memories so I can relive the peak experiences of my life whenever I want. Experiences like the launch of the Stanley Parable on PC. You see, Stanley, doesn't the Memory Zone remind you of how wonderful Stanley Parable was before it was sullied with a cheap re-release? Remember
Ano.
back in October of 2013, when the game originally launched?
Ano, krása.
Back then, video games had integrity. And over here is where I keep reviews of the
10 z
Stanley
10.
Parable. Like this stunning triumph of games journalism. 10 out of 10 from Destructoid.com. James Stephanie Sterling writes, and I quote, "Where so many games that aspire to be more than games end up less than any form of art, Stanley Parable strives and then succeeds to be every game ever created." Did you hear that, Stanley? Every game ever created. That's
Wow.
how grand and all-encompassing the original Stanley Parable was. It was literally every game ever created. It was Skyrim, it was Persona 3, it was all of them.
No
and
way.
now, it's nothing. It's no games at all. It isn't even the Stanley Parable anymore. It's just a husk now. A lifeless husk with an hour of new elevator content.
OK. Takže máme button.
Here's another moving passage, this time from GameSpot.com.
9 z
The
10.
Stanley Parable is both a richly stimulating commentary on the nature of choice in games and one that offers some of the most enjoyable, surprising, and rewarding choices I've ever been confronted with in a game. 9 out of 10. Don't you get it, Stanley? The game was perfect. It didn't need anything else. It didn't
Wow.
need new content. It just needed to be left alone. To spend the
Můj
rest of
oblíbený
time
ending tam
collecting
nahoře.
dust in the hallowed hall of beloved video game memories.
A musím mít. Serious room.
These were simpler times, Stanley. What I wouldn't give to go back, to have it all over again. Wait, hang on. I don't
Oi, oi,
recall
oi.
this part of the memory zone before. What's this? What's down here? Oh no.
Steam
Oh,
reviews.
God, no. Stanley, it's a collection of reviews from Steam, the online video game distributor.
Oh.
I haven't looked at these in years. I can't even imagine what's been collecting down here. Surely these reviews were glowing as well, weren't they? Honestly, I could not be bothered to play this game to full completion. The narrator is obnoxious and unfunny, with his humor and dialogue proving to be more irritating than entertaining. Unfunny? I'm not trying to be funny. I'm trying to make a serious work of art. I suppose I could write up a handful of gags to insert into the Stanley Parable, but the game is already such a densely layered web of profound philosophical insights that I can't even imagine where I'd have the room to stick them. Okay, let's see what this one says. While the idea for the game is good, for someone who prefers non-linear games, this preachiness gets annoying fast. Preachy? Stanley? I'm not preachy, am I? You can tell me if I'm preachy. Honestly, you can. Oh, goodness. This is actually quite shocking for me. Well, to be honest, I had always thought of the game's dialogue as being rather terse to begin with. You can't know how much fluff I cut from the game to get it to feel as light and airy as it... Well, I always thought it did. But maybe it wasn't. Oh, dear. What an awful memory to have to hold on to. These black marks on my otherwise unimpeachable track record. I feel like a failure. Like I let these people down. Perhaps the Stanley Parable isn't quite as sterling. What's this one got to say? You constantly have to stop doing anything so the narrator can catch up with his long-winded explanations of what's happening. I wish there was a skip button. A skip button? Well, yes. Yes, I think we can do that. If I'm truly too preachy, then maybe letting you skip ahead for just a moment, surely it couldn't hurt. Not if it means we can strike these negative reviews from the record. Only positive reviews of the Stanley Parable. That's my motto today, and it's always been my motto. I'd do anything for the customer, Stanley. Yes, a skip button we shall have.
Okay.
And here it is. Go ahead and give it a shot. I'll pop you forward in time so that the second my incessant droning starts to bore you... Oh, you're back, you see. You were only frozen in time for a few minutes, but it was plenty of time for me to deliver a long, rambling monologue full of unnecessary verbal flourishes and lengthy ruminations. Well, there, sport. You really did catch me rambling on a bit, didn't you? But that's the power of the button. The minute I start to go off on a thoughtless display of self-absorption, it's right... Okay, welcome back, Stanley. Now, I should say that the amount of time the button has been skipping through is becoming longer and longer. That last one was, well, I want to say maybe 30, 45 minutes? Stanley, please don't push the button again. It's been 12 hours.
Oi.
You've just been frozen there. I don't know why the skips are getting longer, but they're really, truly getting longer. And my God, there's no way out of the room. Stanley, the door is gone. It's completely gone. Oh, Stanley, you're back. You're back. Oh, my goodness. I have someone to talk to again. Stanley, I think it's been a week.
Aha, není zase tak starý.
Oh, hello. It's you. You're here again. Welcome. I have had time to think about you and about us.
Už tady není. Už tady není, lidi. The fuck, kámo. Skip, to je hrozný zvuk. Si nepamatuju.
But they didn't understand the game was never meant to be funny. It was meant to have a point. It was meant to speak to the human condition. But where are the jokes? Where are the jokes? They bemoaned, they screamed, they gnashed their teeth.
Hele lidi, myslím, že to narrator ztrácí. Že šílí. Tak trošku, hele, ale nevím. Mám takový odhad. On to říká. Lidi, myslím, že jsme to podělali. Jako silně podělali. Narrator je pryč. Tato budova se ničí, what the fuck. No, nezbývá nic jiného, než to furt mačkat a doufat, že budeme mít lepší osud. Wow. To je krása. Naprostá krása. Skipujem. Oh. Insane týpek, přesně tak. No. To, co je za Demogorgona. A jo, už nemůžeme skipovat. Wow. A je to konec. Zde jsme skončili. Celý svět byl zničen. Díky té válce mezi Spojených státech amerických a Íránu. A teď jsme zbyli jenom my. Tak to je GG přesně. A je to. Tak, a jsme zpátky.
Someone was following Stanley. He was sure of it. If he checked over his shoulder now, he would surely catch them. It was only a matter of time.
Co prosím? OK, kámo. To je actually strašně creepy. New content.
Oh, good. You noticed my sign. Yes, I have something very exciting to show you.
Jo, narratora, toho se nedalo všimnout. Jdeme na to, on nám chce něco vzrušujícího ukázat. Jdeme.
You see, Stanley, I've been reflecting on the Stanley parable
Fuck.
and about how roundly disappointing this ultra deluxe version has turned out to be. The original Stanley parable was a landmark, and any new content for it should live up to that legacy. So forget this ultra deluxe nonsense. I say we take it one step even
Dobře.
further. Which is
To mě
why
zajímá, hele.
I'm very proud to announce for the first time ever the Stanley parable.
No way. Wow.
Yes, you see, isn't this far superior to a measly re-release with a few minor additions? Think of all the new territory we'll cover with a fully fledged sequel. An
Ty jo.
entirely new experience, built from the ground up. Why, there are so many possibilities. It could go in so many different directions. This is what fans have truly been asking for.
Tak zajímavý. The end is never the end again. Tohle je hodně kreativní. To se mi líbí.
Calling it the Stanley Parable 2 is just so much catchier than Ultra Deluxe, don't you think?
Přesně.
Ultra Deluxe? What does it even mean? But the Stanley Parable 2, now that's an artistic statement right there.
Přesně.
It's future-oriented. It screams progress and innovation and long-term franchising potential.
OK, tyhle. To je zase ta kapradina. Pamatujete, jak jsme si to měli zapamatovat v tom Confusion endingu? To je OK, to udělal to v Google prezentací. Jako vážně. Thanks for attending my meeting. Zajímavé. V skutku
Now, to be
zajímavé.
clear, I haven't quite nailed down what exactly the Stanley Parable 2 is going to be. But let's take a look at some of the features I've been developing for it. I figure that if I can loosely organize a handful of interesting
Já myslím, že to je
concepts,
Netflix.
that surely the game will sort of naturally spring up around them. It'll all work itself out. Game development is much more of a fuzzy magic than anything scientific or logical, really.
Přesně jako game developer, tak souhlasím s tím. Wow.
Here we are. Go on, try out some of the new features.
The button that says the name of the player that is playing the game. Guys, dostanete name reveal.
For the Stanley Parable 2, I asked myself, what do players really want? And of course, the first and most obvious answer is that they want to be individually recognized and validated as people. So with that in mind, my first addition to the game is this button which speaks the name of the person playing the game. Isn't that
Přesně
wonderful?
tak. Tak lidi, teďka dostanete můj epický name reveal. Uvidíte, jak se opravdu v reálu jmenuju. Za 3, 2, 1.
Sorry, I should have clarified. Right now, the button only says the name Jim. But of course, in the final game, this button will say your name, whatever name that is.
Dobře.
Here, let's have you role-play as Jim to really simulate the full experience of this feature.
Okay guys,
Just
jsem
play along.
Jim.
I promise you'll
Představte
love
si.
it. Okay, here we go. Let's take a deep breath, clear your mind, forget whoever you are, and simply become a person named Jim. I want you to imagine yourself living as Jim, sleeping and waking as Jim, falling in love and being heartbroken as Jim, seizing all of the world's possibilities as Jim, and as Jim watching your dreams crumble into dust. Do you feel it deeply? Are you really, truly Jim right now? If so, then please step forward and press the button.
Ne. Ne, to byl joke. Uděláme to. Aby se nepodělal.
Yes, you see? What a thrill, what a rush. That was you. The button described you. Do it again, do it again.
Kamo, já se musím vracet.
It hits even harder the second time. If this were the only new feature in the Stanley Parable 2, it would still be worth the money.
Přesně
Let's
tak.
take a break from the Jim button. I'm too emotionally drained from all of this personal validation.
OK, jdeme prozkoumat nějaký další krásný věci.
I suppose I could allow only people named Jim to play the Stanley
Nah.
Parable 2. That would actually save me the work of finishing this feature.
Epilog.
An epilogue would be fun, wouldn't it, Stanley? Yes, yes, it would go at the end of the, well, we'll figure that out later.
Aha. OK. OMG Collectibles. Jak je tady? Reassurance bucket. Počkej, já chci ten bucket. Settings World Champion. Ach jo. Jump circle je
You know
zpátky.
what, Stanley? I actually think the jump circle was a pretty good
Přesně
idea.
tak.
I'd like to hang on to that for the sequel.
Vyplýtváme všechny moje jumpy, protože... Vše můžu skákat. To bylo úžasný, ale... Merch! Podívejte na to merch. Jdeme za kyblíkem.
A common complaint of the Stanley Parable was that it was confusing and paradoxical, that it engendered a chaotic sense of reckless despair in those who played it. Well, I'm happy to say that after much consideration, I've engineered a clever solution to this fundamental problem with the game. It's the Stanley Parable Reassurance Bucket.
Keyboard!
You see, Stanley,
No way.
every time you're holding the bucket, a sense of calm and ease will fill your mind and your heart. It's true. As long as you hold on to the bucket, the many disorienting contradictions of the Stanley
Give me them
Parable
keyboard.
will feel perfectly normal.
Give
and
me the
perhaps
keyboard.
even comforting. You may even come to long for the gentle embrace of jarring cognitive dissonance while the bucket is in your arms. And to be honest, it's a much more convenient solution for me than actually redesigning the game to be less uncomfortable. Can you imagine what a pain in the ass that would be? Yes, the
On
bucket
řekl pain
is
in the
perfect
ass.
solution. Come on, give it a try.
Give me that. Let's go. Máme bucket, guys.
The glow of comfort, even in the face of crushing despair, must already be sweeping through your body.
Krása.
And in fact, can I say that I do believe the bucket lends you an air of charisma as well?
Děkuju.
I think that just
Už
holding
se
it
červenám
has
z
made you
tohoto
the slightest
komplimentu.
bit more attractive as a person.
Již děkuju.
The benefits of the bucket seem to go on and on, don't they? All this and more await you in the Stanley Parable 2.
Tak to si musím koupit, seru na Portal 2.
Does anyone give out awards for most enjoyable bucket in a video game? That really Okay, I'll be honest, I haven't yet decided on this one. I think that in the new version, the office could use a bit of decoration, like balloons. But I'm undecided on Get Well Someday and Happy 12th Birthday. Which would you go with?
Happy 12th
You know,
birthday.
sometimes when you solicit another person's opinion, it makes you realize that you knew which one you actually really wanted all along. Get Well Someday it is.
Aha. Jupi. Tak jdeme dál.
Actually, maybe I should have gone with... No, I've made my decision, we're moving on.
Ach jo. OK, tady máme prohlídku nějakou. Ne prohlídku, ale mapu, co to melu. Já jsem obří idiot, lidičky. Collectibles, collect them all.
Collectibles. Now it's a real video game. In the Stanley Parable 2, you'll run around gathering up these miniature Stanley figurines. And what's truly innovative is that there will be no reward for collecting all of them.
Cože?
I don't want to stifle the intrinsic joy of watching a number go up. You simply collect all of them, and then you move the hell on with your unremarkable life.
Ale já jsem Balatro, já hraju Balatro. Já potřebuji, aby číslo šlo nahoru. Wow. Tak to je opravdu zajímavý. What?
God, it really is the worst when you collect everything in a video game and then they give you a big fancy reward for it. Absolutely tragic.
Tak pojďme do téhle černé díry.
Stanley, here's an idea that I'm truly fond of. It's never been done before in a video game. This is in fact a hole that you can fall down forever. That's right. Infinite fall.
Fakt.
You can fall until the end of time if you like. A stunning leap forward for video games as a medium.
To jako bottomless fit, bottomless pit z Gravity Falls, tak tam jdu.
You see, isn't it wonderful? One of my more ingenious concoctions, if I do say so. Now then, since you've gotten to see the infinite hole, you can press the teleport button to pop back up to the top, and we can continue onward.
OK, jdeme
Great.
nahoru.
Now, I'm very excited to show you even more of my ideas for the sequel.
Tak. To byl skvělý zážitek. Free, very easy achievement.
Now here's something special. You remember that broken test achievement that got left in the game on accident?
I know.
Well, I'm developing a technology to simply give you the achievement. Yes. You see, you'll come to this lever, and when you pull it, the achievement will be given to you. It's as simple as that.
Tak schválně.
Okay, perhaps I should have clarified. This is technology that will exist. Right now, the achievement is still fully broken. I'm not a wizard, Stanley, but I guarantee it will be fixed in the sequel to at last satisfy the hordes of ravenous fans all over the world who have been uproariously demanding this feature. Gamers, we hear you, and I promise it will happen.
Tak, jdeme zpátky.
What else? What other exhibits haven't we seen yet?
OK, já už nevím, co jsem nevěděl. Počkej, takže Jump Circle, the map, free achievement, the button has the name, match, things, borrow, champagne, stand up, reaction, patek, office decoration, epilogue, collectibles, infinite, exit. OK, viděli jsme v podstatě všechno, kromě toho settings world champion, to jsem línej dělat. Tady je exit, myslím.
All right. Have you seen everything you wanted to? Ready to move on now?
Wow. To je tak zajímavý tohleto. Please no screenshots.
So, Stanley, what do you think? Do you like all of the new features?
Yes,
Yes, I
yeah.
know it's not exactly clear yet how exactly these features will come together as one single coherent video game, but I can feel it in my soul. It's going to work. There's definitely a good game in there somewhere. Say, let's do an experiment. I'll arrange these new features together and we'll see whether or not it coheres into a meaningful gameplay experience.
Dobře.
Okay. Are you ready? Here
Rozkaz,
it is.
kapitáne.
I give you the Stanley Parable 2.
Wahoo! Oh,
I mean, there's potential here, right? It's sort of... Okay, never mind. Hold on, let me do a different arrangement. Okay, yes, this is much better.
Bude-
I feel
to bude
good about
lepší.
this. Here we go, version 2.
jdeme na to. The fuck is this, vole?
Who am I kidding, Stanley? This isn't a coherent video game at all. It's a lot of gags. And I do very much enjoy creating gags, but they don't add up to anything. I wanted more than anything to create a sequel that would capture all the magic of the first game. I wanted fans to love it. No matter how good these gags are, they won't stand on their own. They would need the structure and the gameplay of the original. Wait, maybe that's it. I can take the original Stanley Parable and simply, well, insert a few of my new features into it. Tastefully, of course.
Oh.
With respect. With
On na
care
to
for the
přišel.
vision and integrity of the original game. Would it possibly work?
Tak teď si na to
Suppose it could,
kápnu.
but it would need a really, really tremendous title screen. A title screen that says with bold and uncompromising conviction, "This is the Stanley Parable 2. Let me see if I can whip something up. All right, perfect. Go ahead.
Tak
Take a look.
schválně. OMG, The Stanley Parable 2. Pojďte se na tuhle chodbu. Tak krásný. Wow. Čistá krása, musím vám říct. Skipnám. Podívejte, to jsou ty
All of
hnusný
his co-workers
balónky.
were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to
Keeble.
go to the meeting room. Perhaps
Give me the
Stanley
bucket.
picked up the bucket.
Máme kýbl lidi. Dneska je nejšťastný den mýho života.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be.
Co když půjdeme až jako, co když nebudeme poslouchat narratora s tím bucketem celou dobu?
And here it
Nezajímá.
was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct?
Ano.
Was this better than the meeting room? Yes, Stanley
Omíly.
thought to himself. Yes, perhaps it truly was. How
Fuck.
insightful the bucket turned out to be.
To je krásný.
No, never mind. The bucket was wrong.
Ne, neměla, ty to
Stanley took
víš.
the door on his left to go back to the
Jdeme
meeting
rovně.
No, said the bucket. Don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else. The cargo lift, yes. Go. Good, said the bucket. Now ride the lift all the way to the top. There's something up there I need you to do. Stanley did not question why or how this bucket was speaking to him.
Co
It
když nebudu
should have
poslouchat
alarmed him, of
narratora
course,
a
because
bucketa?
buckets can't talk. But Stanley chose not to think about this obvious fact. He was firmly convinced that the bucket had spoken to him, and he unthinkingly did whatever the bucket asked.
Tady asi nemám být. Protože nic
No,
neřekl na to.
stop. Look there on the wall. You see, there's a sign right there. It says, no buckets past this
A
point.
jo.
Stanley, how could you think it was okay to bring the bucket here? Unless, what if the problem is that you actually don't know what is a bucket and what isn't a bucket? I suppose that would explain a lot about your behavior up to this point. Which,
Aha.
if that's true, well, my goodness, I think we have to do something about it. This misunderstanding could have dire consequences on the entire rest
Lidi, já vím, co je kýbl, ne? Já vím, co je kýbl a co není kýbl, ne? To musím vědět.
of the game if not addressed quickly and properly. So much of the impact of the story is dependent on your understanding of what is and isn't a bucket. Please, step in here for a moment.
Tak schválně.
Now then, I'm going to run you
Game
through
show.
some test scenarios, and you'll tell me whether or
Is
not the thing
this
I'm
a
showing you is a
bucket?
bucket. Simple enough, right? This should tell us everything we'll ever need to know about what is or is not a bucket.
Tak,
Okay, let's
uvidíme.
begin. Item 1. Is this a bucket?
To není kýbl.
Correct. It is a hologram of a bucket, not an actual bucket.
Si myslím, jako já jsem dobrý. Tak co ten další item?
Item 2. Is this a bucket?
To není bucket, ne.
Correct.
Výborně!
It is a 3D printed recreation of a bucket.
To je hajzl.
Actual bucket.
Teda, jo, já jsem dobrý, já to věděl. Já jsem viděl ty vroubky na tom, který můžete vidět při 3D tisku.
Item 3. Is this a bucket?
Tohle je trochu těžší, ale myslím, že to není bucket. Co?
This is a bucket.
Aha. Musím step upnout svoji game.
Item 4. Is this a bucket?
To je jasný bucket. Co?
Are you hallucinating? This is a tractor.
Však
It's
to je
an enormous
bucket.
machine that tills the earth. I thought this was a gimmick. How on earth did you
So?
manage to screw it up? Absolutely incredible.
To je
Let's
bucket.
just move on to the next one. Is this a bucket?
To je jasný bucket. Pokud mě řekne, že ne, tak tě zabiju.
Correct.
Si
This
myslím.
is a bucket.
Jako... Imagine mě říká, že to není bucket.
Item 6. Is this a bucket?
Hele, myslím, že ne.
Trick question. Both.
Huh?
Gotcha.
Ani nevysvětlíš, jak to je oboje.
Item. Wait, hold on. I can't find the next one. Let me see. It should be around here somewhere.
Není bucket.
Yes. Thank you. There's nothing here. Of course it isn't a bucket. We both know full well that nothing isn't a bucket. Wait, when I say nothing isn't a bucket, that makes it sound like I'm saying everything is a bucket, which of course is not true. Unless, is that what you think? Answer me straight, Stanley. Are you trying to tell me that you believe everything is a bucket?
Jasně.
You know what? I'm too confused to even sort it out. I've lost all sense of perspective. What is a bucket? What isn't a bucket? Mere moments ago I could answer these questions with confidence. And yet now I'm somewhat adrift. Do any of us know what a bucket is? Am I a bucket?
Takový otázky mi
Stanley, I can't
nedá.
keep doing this. I'm losing myself, and myself was all I ever had to begin with. I'm afraid the bucket is threatening to tear our relationship apart.
Nah.
I can't have that. I'm sorry. But I'm going to erase all buckets from the game entirely.
Ne,
Okay, here we go.
to bys si nedovolil. Ne! Co se děje?
What happened? Is everything gone? Why did everything disappear? Wait, was everything a bucket? Every single
ti to
thing in the game was a
říkal.
bucket? Oh my god, I had no idea. How could... Except me. I'm not a bucket after all. And you, Stanley, you're still here. You're not a bucket either. Oh, this is wonderful news. We're not buckets.
Jupi.
Yes, I actually feel much more at ease right now. It's delightful to get some clarity on that issue, but it doesn't change the fact that we haven't got a game. So, tell you what, I'll reset everything and we'll put back all of the buckets, okay?
Dobře,
And
pane
we'll know
šampóne.
that it's all a bucket. But if you run into anyone else, maybe don't mention that. Who knows what that information might do to a person? All right, here we go.
Tak schválně. Jdeme na to.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Tak, zakončíme stream, že uděláme ten normální konec.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors,
Uděláme
he
všechno, co
entered
po
the
nás
door on his
narrator chce. A tím zakončíme stream.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office. Hoping him coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Jdeme nahoru. Takže potřebuji se odskočit. Wow, to je ta figurka.
One of the miniature Stanley figurines. Remember, no reward for collecting all of these, only the intrinsic pleasure of a job well done. You can't buy that sort of happiness, Stanley. God knows I've tried. So, I implore you to savor each
Přidej se mě, a jo. Tak, já to udělám asi radši rovnou, abych na to nezapomněl. OK, takže Roblox, kde ho mám? Tak. Co si pamatuju, jak se jmenuješ? Dala 2, 5, 5, 6 je na 5, ne? Myslím, že jo. OK, accept. Si přejmenuji, abych věděl, kdo seš. OK. Tak, jdeme zpátky na Stanley Parable.
every moment you'll come across one of these beautiful figurines.
Zavřeme. A jdeme sem.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned
Myslím,
to
že to bylo
discover not an
2,
indication
8,
of any
4, 5.
human life.
Jo.
But Stanley was in such a rush to get through the story as quickly as possible, he didn't even have a single minute to just let the narrator talk.
Aha.
That kind of anxiety isn't healthy, so he relaxed for a few moments with some calming New Age
Ty
music.
děláš prdel. Ne. Pust mě. Ach jo.
Feeling soothed and rejuvenated,
dobrý.
Stanley calmly walked forward into the opened passageway.
Jsem tak klidnej, lidi. Můžete tomu uvěřit. Další figurka.
Another miniature Stanley figurine. This, you know, there really must be a snappier name for these things. What about mini-stands?
Mini
Stanley
stand.
figs. What about Stanlerines? Yes, I think I like that. Another Stanlerine under your belt.
Tak. Jdeme na to. Jdeme dostat pravý konec Stanley Parable.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Zmáčkneme to.
The lights rose on an enormous room
Wow.
packed with television screens. What horrible secret
To
did
je
this
tam ten
place hold?
ending.
Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
Tak jdeme na to. Pušneme.
Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature
Wow.
revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
Jdeme.
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly?
Tak jdeme.
No. He refused to believe
A
it.
tentokrát
He
to
couldn't
vypneme.
accept it. His
A pak
own
ukončíme
life
stream.
in someone else's control? Never. It was unthinkable. Wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world? But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions.
Jak se voláš?
Happy, or sad, or content.
Nevím, co tím myslíš.
Walking, eating, working, all of it monitored and commanded from this very place.
Facility
And as the
Bowser.
cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
Jsme zpátky, lidi. Tady jsme to začali a tady to ukončíme. Minule jsme zapli, aby to bylo on. Ale tentokrát udělám správný rozhodnutí. Ty mě nemáš ve friendech, what the fuck? Že jsem tě je přidal. Počkat. Jsem se tě přidal, myslím. No já tě mám. Jak se jmenuji? Aha, díky moc. Já jsem kokot. Rostabala 12. Tak. OK. Jsme zpátky. Jak jsem říkal, tentokrát udělám správný rozhodnutí a vypnu tento počítač.
Blackness and a rising chill of uncertainty. Was it over? Yes. He had
Mé jméno je Dada 255615. Já vím, já už jsem se tě přidal právě.
won. He had defeated the machine, unshackled himself from someone else's command. Freedom was mere moments away. And yet, even as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved. Where had his co-workers gone? How had he been freed from the machine's grasp? What other mysteries did this strange building hold? But as sunlight streamed into the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him, for it was not knowledge or even power that he had been seeking, but happiness. Perhaps his goal had not been to understand, but to let go. No longer would anyone tell him where to go, what to do, or how to feel. Whatever life he lives, it will be his. And that was all he needed to know. It was perhaps the only thing worth knowing. Stanley stepped through the open door.
To je krásný, lidi. Víte, přes celý tento stream jsem přemýšlel, že možná ten pravý Stanley Parable byli ti přátelé, kterých jsme si nadělali za cestu.
Stanley felt the cool breeze upon his skin, the feeling of liberation, the immense possibility of the new path before him. This was exactly the way, right now, that things were meant to happen. And Stanley was happy.
Tak. A to je konec, lidi. To je konec tohoto streamu. Já vám děkuju za účast. Jenom takovou chci říct jednu věc. Příští týden bych chtěl udělat jeden stream, který bude... Chci udělat 2 streamy nemůžu mluvit, pardon. Chci udělat 2 streamy za ten víkend, jako byly teďka. Chci udělat jeden, ten ještě nevím, co bude ten jeden. Ale vím, že jeden chci, aby byl Gartic Phone. Pognejte si Gartic Phone, vyhledejte si to, jsem moc nejde to vysvětlovat, ale bude to takový event, kde se toho můžete současnit vy. A pokud se chcete zúčastnit, tak se joinete na můj Discord server, já vám dám o tom nějaké informace, jak se joinout a co se bude odehrávat. A to je všechno, co vám asi chci říct. Já vám všem děkuju, že jste tady byli.